President getting a big endorsement from someone who played a very important role his first time around during when he was in the White House, Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who was one of Donald Trump's White House press secretaries, joins us now. Great to see you, Governor. Why was last week the right time to endorse your former boss?
Look, I think that the contrast between what is shaping up to be a rematch between Donald Trump and Joe Biden could not be more clear. If you want to break it down very simply, the Trump presidency was a complete and total success, and everything we've seen so far from Joe Biden has been a complete and total failure. If we want open borders, America to be weaker at home and abroad, if we want out of control inflation, Joe Biden's your guy. If you want our country to be more secure and more prosperous, then Donald Trump is the person that people should be voting for in 2024. I'd been governor for a little less than a year, really wanted to focus on my time as governor, but now as we're getting closer and closer to 24 and the field is lining up between these two people, I thought it was really important to speak out, and I was glad I had the opportunity to do that alongside President Trump last week.
He's had three teams. 2016 team, he won. He had a lot of transitions there. 2020, we know, coming out of the pandemic run, couldn't go do anything. He actually came down with COVID-19, had to bounce back. We know about the craziness around it. Having said that, in 2024, what are your observations between the third campaign and the one you worked on?
He's got a great team around him. Some are people who are veterans in Trump world, and there are a couple people who are newer or have more elevated roles, but they're running a great campaign. And I think it's very reminiscent, frankly, of the 2016 race, where you have a little bit more happy warrior of Donald Trump. But I think one of the biggest things that you see that is so different is he has a very clear record to run on this time around, in contrast with Joe Biden's record. And if you put those two things together, it is very clear who America would side with. They trust him a lot more on the economy, on national security, and those continue to far and away be the two biggest issues that dominate voters. And so I feel like he's very well positioned and has a great team to help carry him across the finish line.
I knew you felt that way, but now the polls also say that America feels that way. So let's talk about a great moment for the president. He gets the meeting he wanted with President Xi in San Francisco. The only person that the president has been consistently tough with is President Trump. Do you think he's going to bring that same toughness to this meeting with our rival?
I cannot envision that he would finally take a tough stance with this world leader, frankly, any other. Every time we see him go up against or stand on the world stage, he does it from a posture of weakness. I think that's one of the reasons that Donald Trump is crushing him in the polls, is because he's from a posture of weakness. Whether you look at what's happening right now in Israel, Ukraine, the withdrawal from Afghanistan, the total failure to take China on head-to-head, he has always functioned from a posture of weakness, and that's not what America's looking for, and it's certainly not what America needs. We need somebody with strength, and I think that is one of the things that has propelled Donald Trump in this race.
And as governor, you kicked China off the farmland. You told me you couldn't have it, and just received a check for $280,000 from that government that you kicked out to pay the fine for violating state law. So I think Governor Sanders felt the same way, that the Chinese buying up farmland has to stop. Governor, thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I'm